Hi everyone, welcome to Module 2, the second of our modules. Last week we looked at the concept of deviance, and we learned a little bit about what the concept entails, how people become regarded as deviant, or how forms of behavior are regarded as deviant. We looked at some videos that I think illustrated the concept. For those of you who are Seinfeld fans, you would have recognized the Close Talker video that I provided, just as an illustration of a form of deviance that not particularly serious, but that violates some standards, some norms we have regarding appropriate ways of communicating with each other. In our society, there's a certain distance that we expect from other people in terms of talking to them face to face, and as you can see from that video, that was violated by the close talker in the video. Not all forms of deviance involve violations of the law. Many of them are positive, and we'll learn more about that as we move through the course. This week we're going to look at some other concepts that I think you'll find interesting. We'll be looking at social roles. All of us occupy a number of roles. Some of you are parents. That's a role, and of course there are many obligations and responsibilities associated with that. All of you are students, and there are expectations regarding that particular role that you have to fulfill. I occupy the role of professor. The roles that we have change during the course of our life. Some of you will end up being responsible for caring for your aging parents. So you will be a caregiver, and that's a role that many people, with the increasing lifespan, that many people end up doing, fulfilling the responsibilities of caring for their parents. Well, not all roles are unspoiled, so to speak. Irving Goffman, sociologist, developed the concept of spoiled identity, and what he referred to were identities that were spoiled by attributes that are socially stigmatized. So, for instance, through most of American history, there was a stigma associated with being disabled, a stigma associated with being a member of the Communist Party. There are all kinds of stigmas, and those of us who labor under the weight of a stigma, find ways of managing that stigma in order to help us to get by in life and do the things we need to do. So the disabled had to find ways of handling the stigma that was attached to disability. We've come a long way in handling that. In the 1990s, we passed the Americans with Disabilities Act, which created opportunities that had heretofore not been available to disabled persons. And as a society, that can be regarded as a way of addressing the problem of stigma that doesn't place the responsibility on the stigmatized person. So we'll be looking at that, and I think you'll find that interesting. In the next few days, I will be reviewing and grading the work that was submitted, the discussion question responses. In Module 2, those of you who are undergraduates will be participating in the discussion board and submitting your paper outlines. And next week, I'll have an opportunity to review those and provide you with feedback. I will always provide you with feedback, not just a grade, but you'll get feedback on the work that you do. And it's really important that you look at that feedback, because some of it is just congratulatory, but some of it is intended to help you improve the work that you do for future assignments. So if you don't read the feedback, you're not going to have the benefit of that. I do want to remind everybody that it's really important to incorporate, cite, and reference information from the course material, both the written material and video material, in your work. I noticed in looking at some of the discussion question initial responses, some of you did not incorporate information from the video material. So as we move forward, make sure that you include that, not just information from the written material. The only way I could really determine if you understand the material is if you include it in your analyses. So make sure to do that. And if there's anything unclear about either the written or video material, all you have to do is send me a question. I check for email messages. It's every day of the week, including weekends. So please don't hesitate to get hold of me if you have any questions. I'm more than happy to help you. So I hope you have a good week, and I look forward to interacting with those of you who are going to be on the discussion board this week. Again, if you have any questions, send them my way. Okay,